you are anything like me and are just thinking, you know what? Haters, they just gonna hate. I think somebody wrote a song about that. You got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state nation world that we live in. Appreciate you hanging out with us. It's going to be an interesting show today, as one of my favorite topics just popped up in Australia. And when I say my favorite topics, I love communicating about what we do. I love talking to people that don't like what we do. I like talking to people that are anti-hunters. I like talking to people that are anti-firearms. I love people that are anti-anything we do. I like talking to people that support everything we do. I like people that even hunt the way I don't want to hunt. But they're staying in the legalities. What's up, Lynn? Staying in within the legalities, that's fine. Dealing with protesters or people that are just there to just muck up your entire time is something that I enjoy doing. Something because there's an art to it. In Australia, I just saw a video. It's duck season out there, and it's wild to see what these protesters are doing. They will go out and they'll jump ducks out of off land. They'll kayak around ponds that these guys are hunting. Check this out. So let me start with this. Here we go.
We'd heard it had been hunting well, but yeah, unfortunately,
these slappies are just sitting around videoing this guy. Look at him. Look at, okay, here comes a hunter. I'm gonna dox him here. I'm gonna tell everybody that he kills ducks.
But yeah, unfortunately, we had some visitors that were unwanted that sort of put a bit of a kibosh on our efforts for the morning.
Listen to how polite the guy is, though. I mean, listen, seriously, if this is my video, it's these mother... Yeah, these sons of you-knows. This is what happens. What, do you remember the movie Johnny Dangerously? Yes. These farging ice holes. It's farging war. Yeah, I'd be going off on these people. Absolutely. 100%. This guy's just as calm as can be. And just, hey, just kind of club it up, kind of bug it up all day today. That he wasn't British, but you know where I'm going with that. So let's get back to our friend here. Let's go.
At about 8:09, we had...
Look at these protesters. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. So here, this is an entire encampment of protesters. And they're out there in their look at these guys, got high vis, and they're filming everybody. So 8 o'clock.
8:09, we had two activists come and paddling on little sit-on kayaks, dressed in their fluoro gear.
Okay. I'm not hating the game. I'm not hating the game of the protesters. If they're doing it legally, then okay, whatever. But just they're all in. They're 100% in. Let's see. Yes, you did not see Javelina. No, you didn't. Telling you. Javelina, Scotty Javelina don't exist. So getting back to this, these people are out there in their high vis gear, and they're just making sure that no ducks land on the pond, no ducks come in, and they're out there just causing a ruckus
with fluoro hats and balaclavas and whatnot, and just paddled around probably about 35 to 40 meters away from us for the next hour or so. They do come out onto the wetland under the premise of duck rescue.
Duck rescue. Now I've heard it all. I have heard it all. And again, if you're going to be anti, come with facts. If you're going to debate me, come with facts. If you're going to protest, do it legally and find that loophole. I hate that they're doing it. But two things here are really good, really cool. They found a loophole that I'm like, kind of well played. I mean, yeah, if we're in this battle together, we might as well celebrate good moves. And this guy is just so damn polite. He's like, look at that, back to 35 meters away. Yeah, just chilling, just doing his thing. This guy is fantastic. Here we go.
And I guess the legal definition, they can rescue a duck, any live duck. So until that duck's dead, they can actually rescue it. So legally, yes, it's...
Look, yeah, you're not comfortable in what you're doing. You are not comfortable if you're doing
technically
this.
Can be a race. If they get to that duck and it's still alive before I do, they can technically still try and rescue it.
Oh, got some music coming in. All right. Yeah, got some... Oh, this is Outdoor Life Podcast. Yeah, the wild part about that is doxing the doxers. Exactly. Just kind of go back at it. They were not comfortable knowing that they were being filmed. You know, with their little trot and kind of run away. They got their big nets for duck rescue. Again, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the whole duck rescue thing. So basically, if they see a duck fall from the water, they can race to it and they can snatch that thing and say, I can resuscitate it. I can bring it to life. And the dogs just, I don't know what the dogs are doing, chasing the kayak around. Come on, guys, give me my damn duck. I'm trying to work here. Now I'm mad because I just thought about the dogs, and the dogs are out there doing their job, and the dogs are excited. They see a duck fall. They get so happy. They had tail wagging. Tail's almost like a prop. It's like a propeller and just scooting right along. Oh, and FAFO Friday. Oh my goodness. I did not know hippos can move like that in water. Dude had a wake. I can't wait to show it to you. It's absolutely crazy. But those dogs are just trying to figure out what's going on here. What are these red things and paddles and these guys taking my duck? These guys stole my duck. I hope they get bit. Yeah, but they sure as heck didn't like getting ducks. Here's what I'm totally down with, and I'm going to be very, very sincere here. When the when they have, and again, buddy, I'm telling you, the fuzzy cows might have to wait till Friday, but we're going to get to it. The man stayed calm this entire time. He wasn't yelling at him. He's just filming him. And he said, look, I guess they're here legally. I guess this is what you can do. I mean, you're here to the guys at Duck Rescue. And, it's opening day. So, I mean, there's plenty of season left. But, all right. Nobody's out there starting fights. Nobody, you got to understand, the entire Australian land was basically colonized and founded by criminals. These are all descendants of criminals. And they're acting a whole lot cooler than all of us do with the docks. Mm-hmm. You know exactly what I mean. The boat ramp. But it's just cool. This is what they're doing. The organization is also impressive. Their little anti-duck hunting organization thing. Okay. This is when you go up and you talk to these people. And if they're cool, okay, let's have a conversation. Then you start to explain why you do what you do. A, it's fun. B, it's needed. And let them know, here in the United States, you'd say this. I don't know how it is in Australia, but ducks were on the waterfowl in general were on the brink of extinction, almost gone in early 1900s, like 1900, 1903, almost gone. Because of the acts of the North American Model of Wildlife Conservation, I understand people, it wasn't named that until many decades later. But the tenets of that, and we started to practice that, and part of that is hunting. Guess what? Access for all. I mean, I'll go through the tenets another day. But because of that, waterfowl, we have seasons. We have more duck than we need, and we need to use hunters to cull those populations to a healthy level, which saves the bug life, the plant life, and the all around and around and around the predator life. It just goes the great circle of life. Elton John had it nailed. So it was Elton John, right? Yeah. Elton John song came on the other day, and I'm like, damn. I think it was Rocket Man or something. I'm like, wow, that guy's just amazing. Anyway, so explain and talk to these people. This is why we do it. It's fun. I eat what I harvest, and it is needed to ensure the population of these animals. Because again, and a lot of these activists and the protesters, they don't really understand, or they really haven't lent much thought to how an animal dies in the wild. And it's interesting to me because you see it almost every day. But I don't know what time of year it is, but when the grasshoppers just come and invade, it looks like plague out here in the West Valley. And I just watch these dumb bugs just sit there as a bird just comes on, just pick one off, eat you, I eat you. They're eaten alive. Most things in the wild die getting eaten alive. They don't go into elk hospice. You know, they aren't given some morphine and a nice comfortable way to just kick the bucket. No, it's savage, it's brutal, and it's awful. And so communicating with these people, maybe not, talking about the savage, brutal, and awful, just say, look, they're either going to get taken by a predator or they're going to get taken by me. Either way, that duck that you thought you were going to save in the middle of the lake there, that was just the pond that was just done. And you thought you went out there with your kayak and scared the crap out of my dog. Now my dog doesn't want to go out into the water anymore. That thing was going to die by a predator or me. Done. Period. End of story. I was out walking my girlfriend's dog yesterday, the day before, and I'm not kidding. It looked like something. It looked like a pigeon blew up. It looked like it exploded. I mean, something hit that thing hard. A cat, a neighborhood cat, or something like that. But that thing was eaten alive. The other day, I was not the other day, a few years ago, actually. I was walking back from the gym, back when I went to the gym. And I see this rustling around in the trees, and this hawk comes down. It's got a dove in its talon. The dove's just freaking out, obviously. And then the hawk just kind of flies away into the next tree and just starts snacking away. I mean, you understand that. There's an Instagram handle called Nature is Metal. Let me tell you, it gives you the reality of it. And exposing that in a kind way, a respectful way. I mean, the first thing I'd say to this group, if I walked up on it, was like, guys, I'm wildly impressed by your organization here. Y'all are in high vis. You guys are just you guys seem to have your act together. You got your yaks out here. You got you paddling around. You guys are taking turns and following the law. And I'm impressed. Great job. Yeah. Hey, do you guys have any questions for me? Why are you a killer? You know, if they start with that, or if they're like, yeah, we just think it's bad what you do. Okay. Can we have a talk about it? I'm not going to change your mind. But by the way, people this organized in this end, you're not going to change their mind. You might plant a seed, and that's all you're going to do. You're not going to change your mind on the spot. They're not going to say, you know what? You're right. I'm going to, can I borrow your shotgun? I would really, again, by the way, please don't hand them your shotgun. Can I borrow your shotgun? I'd love to give it a try. They're not going to do that. And again, don't give them your shotgun. Holy mackerel. And that's one thing that I think is funny about these protesters, any protesters. These people aren't armed. And it's Australia. I can damn near guarantee they're not armed. They have wacky gun laws. And by the way, guns are not banned in Australia. It is a myth. They are not banned in Australia. It's a big government buy program, all that. The courage, I guess, the brass on these people, so to speak, pun intended, to walk up to somebody like I have been approached with Tequila Jim. We're out hunting dove, and we had this guy on a bike just come over and just mountain bike. He's just ticked off. I'm like, dude, you just ran up on two people that are heavily armed. I mean, I've got my shotgun and my sidearm. So does Jim. This guy just came up screaming at us. Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's right, Chris. Yeah, if we were injured or weak, they'd eat us. I saw, oh my goodness. You know, actually the one animal that kills more hunters every year than all of the other Big Ten in Africa combined, the Cape buffalo, the water buffalo. Those things will just kill you. There's zero problem with that. And again, good on you. I'm not kidding. If you are out hunting things that can kill you, it's mano a mano, champ. That's why I've always been impressed by, and I would never do it because, again, I don't hunt anything I don't eat unless somebody tells me that lion is really good. I'm just basically just going to watch them on the Discovery Channel and Nat Geo and be good with that. But if you hunt a Cape buffalo, hippo, rhino, whatever, please don't hunt a rhino. Back that up. We're going to delete that later on the podcast. And then, or if you align something like that with a bow, I respect you. I am all for it. Oh, that's so bad. It's so terrible that they're doing. If the lion wants to get you, lion get you. So you got to get within 40, 50 yards. And at 50 yards, if you have a running start at 50 yards, you were dead faster than you could possibly imagine. Yeah. So I've always respected that. Again, back to the protesters, though. Begin with the, hey, you know, it's impressive that you're out here. I'm out here doing this. You're out here doing your thing legally. I'm out here doing my thing legally. Hats off to you for having the courage to come up to a dude with a gun and start spouting off. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if you want to sit and have a chat about it, cool, right on. After my hunt, we can go chat. As a matter of fact, we can drop that tailgate right there, put the little Green Mountain Trek right on the tailgate, and we can just smoke them if we want. I doubt they'll be into that. I doubt they'll agree to that. But we can always have a beer, and we can have a discussion, and we can just be humans, be civil. And that's fine. And that's was really, really impressive with that Australian dude. He's just like, yeah, here they are. Huh? Not hollering at them, not flipping them off, not causing a ruckus, just doing his thing. Yeah. So that's and by the way, if you see somebody protesting, act like that, please. And if you see somebody poaching, get all the information you can and leave. I don't know why that just popped in my head right now, because I guess I'm thinking of instances where I've seen things where my chin was on the floor. And I just got, just get license plate numbers and stuff. Don't even let anybody know you're there. Keep your distance and report it to Operation Game Thief. It should be just fine. Tomorrow's going to be respect does go a long way, Chris, and basically a calm demeanor. Again, these people are most likely being approached by a dude with a firearm, and so they might be a little on edge. So just some calm demeanor, some respect, and think we can do this. We can win hearts and minds. That's our only goal, y'all. Win hearts and minds. And maybe next year they have half of the protesters out there, because the other half was like, you know what? Dude was right. I looked into this whole North American model of wildlife conservation, and holy cow, I looked at the population numbers from 1903 all the way to 2024, and wow. Okay, good job, guys. High five. And little do they know, I don't know how it works in Australia, but little do they know or even understand that all of conservation in our nation, all of conservation is funded by us. We're the ones that are funding it. That's us. So once they understand that, it might take the temp of the room down. I'd say it that way. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. It's good to see everybody here. Scotty, what up? This is the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, world that we live in. Let's get to hunting, shall we? I mentioned yesterday, I was talking about different types of camo and people spending a lot of money on camo, and really what you can do to stay concealed from basically any of your game, anything that you're out harvesting. And I said black and red checkered shirts; those are the best way to go. Just deer can't see it. But what about noise? Noise is a funny thing. I saw a video. I'm about to show you the video that bear and deer. So just by this video, because they're the only two we see. I think elk might be in here. Are more spooked by noisy hikers than they are side-by-sides in ATVs. Check this out. This is absolutely hilarious. It's not hilarious, but I mean, just check it out. Come on, bear. He's going back to tell his buddies. I can hear him right now. There's a bunch of Karens right there, dude. They're gonna call the manager. They're gonna call somebody. They're gonna make sure we're not walking around here. Those are the type of you just heard the hikers. The bear's actually smart. The bear figured this out. The bear's like, if they see a bear out here, we're all dead. They will take this straight to City Hall. Beware of Karens, say the bears. Here we go. Is a deer? What's going on in the background? Side by side rolling by. Yeah. Cool as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber. Next. Elk. I knew elk could be in here. Look at those birdie. These trail cams are fantastic. Yeah, come side by side, rolling through. She like, what up? Oh, now she gone. Noisy hikers right away, curious to the side by side. So this begs the question. I will throw this out because I am not that guy. I talk while I fish. Understand that since you were little and you were told that you can't talk when you're fishing because it'll spook the fish. Was your grandparents and your parents telling you to shut up? That's all it was. That's all that was. The fish cannot hear you. If that were the case, you wouldn't be watching Van Damme or last name's Van Damme, right? Yeah, the big Bassmaster dude. Or Mike Iaconelli. You wouldn't be watching them talk to the cameraman as they're throwing baits during a tournament that every cast could be the difference between $500,000 in going home empty. So it is a it's just a you can talk. It's okay. You can talk when you fish. You can't talk when you're deer and elk hunting. You just can't. Their hearing is amazing, especially moose. I don't know if you understand, the big giant paddles are to funnel sound to them as a defense mechanism and to beat the tar out of other moose. But anyway, definitely can't talk. The center receptors are huge on these things, and but it goes back to talking, or it goes back to knowing what you're after and knowing the area. And this is what I mean by this. If you were in the Midwest, the best camo you could possibly wear is a Carhartt jacket and jeans. They see farmers with Carhartt jackets and jeans daily. Never threatened by them at all. Don't even spook. You'd be just fine. And by the way, in the Midwest, it's not really hunting. It's basically like going up to Blue Rooster. It's grocery shopping with firearms. But as far as what you need to know is what is around those deer and elk, bear, whatever your target is every day. And that's what I mean. Obviously, the best is to go with the camo, but I have hunted with people that have worn this guy named Tim. He wears every deer season. He wears gray coveralls. Don't know why. Gray coveralls. He goes out with his pack of cigarettes and a thermos of coffee and a single shot. Well, obviously a single shot, a muzzle loader. Doesn't matter what season it is. Shoots with a muzzle loader. Never hunted with him when he did not take a deer. The first day. He's like, this is the best camo in the world. He says, if I could take a side-by-side out there, I would. He said, it'd be no problem. If I could take a quad out there, it'd be just fine. No, deer would just look up and just fine. Just a farmer. No big deal. Not wild. So you think to scent, talking, things like that when you're out hunting, it's just knowing your surroundings. I mean, I see ducks land. How many times you've been fishing? Maybe you're doing some shore fishing and you see ducks land on the pond right in front of you. Ton of times. As a matter of fact, I just thought of that. That's probably your best camo during duck season is get out there with a fishing pole and just kind of throw a little line in the water and see what's going on. They don't care. They've seen it all before. And ducks, if you haven't hunted in Arizona, you haven't hunted duck in Arizona, let me give you a little bit of a warning. It's different. You got to understand they're flying south for the winter. So they're coming on down. They have been shot at in every state on the way down. By the time they get to Arizona, they are just they're pros. Those are the ducks that survived. Those are the ducks that were smart enough to say, "Hey, do you see that bush moving down there? Yeah. You see those ducks on the pond? You see how they're not moving? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, let's get out of here, guys. This is not where we want to be. Yeah, and you guys, that guy squawking on the duck call out there, doesn't even sound like us. It's not even our language. Yeah. But a guy out there fishing, just doing nothing, just out there, just kind of walking around, throwing some baits, just kind of casting her sheep. Boom, shaka, pow. Yeah. I learned this when I was told years ago. When you do go fishing during any type of season, waterfowl, whatever, if you have your tags, always take your shotgun with you. Always. I just said one time just went out fishing and I did not take the shotgun. I'm like, what are the odds? I'm just not even worried about it. I'm 3 or 4 casts in. Honk, honk, honk. That's my Canadian geese. Right over my head. Just almost buzzed the tower, Top Gun style. Yep, just like I wasn't even there. Yeah, I could have popped 3 geese like that. Do you believe that? I might have gotten 1. I don't know, maybe 2. I've doubled up before. Yes, I am, but I'm not that great of a shot. But I mean, it's challenging. But yes, but they have been shot at all the way down for months at a time, and they're super skittish by the time they get down here. But you get the right spot, get the right place, and you sit tight. You should be just fine. And they've got eyesight. Let me tell you, man, they can see. You start messing around, you start moving your shotgun around. Done, gone, out. Yep. Wait till the next batch. Duck hunting is not easy. People think duck hunting is easy. No. And you got to learn a language. And I think that's really fun to do, is get these calls and then get on YouTube and start talking, start looking at how to really communicate with these things, because it's an art. It's learning a language. It's pretty impressive when you see somebody who's really got the skill down and hunting with people that really have it down. I've had Tony Marquez is fantastic at it from Desert Creek Sportsman Club. His calling is awesome. He taught me how to call, and the only thing I know is the feeding call. That's it. You just put your mouth on that thing and start saying ticket over and over again. Ticket, 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 ticket. That's it. That's all I know. Other than that, I'm just squawking on. They're like, who is this bozo down there? What is making that noise? Mm-hmm. Oh, you need Q&A day? Lynn, we can definitely do that, man. Yeah, I love these got questions, man. I would love to have a Q&A day. If you guys, Scotty, Grizz, you guys down with that? You guys want to have a Q&A day? We can definitely set that up. We'll advertise for like Monday or something like that. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah, you guys can ask me any damn thing you want at any time. We're running out of time here on today's show, but I mean, we can, you guys can ask anytime. And hold on, I'm going to go back. Yes. Yeah. All right. So let me go back to up here. All right. So Scotty said this. He said, I couldn't take a pic because I was driving, but today, so with my own 2 lion eyes, a Javelina Northwest on the back roads, and then a few others along I-10. No, they don't exist. I've Javelina hunted so many times. I've seen one, and I still think Tequila Jim had a plush toy out there, and he's just toying with me. I didn't get any of the meat. So I'm going to say it didn't happen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Grizz, you're into that. Lynn, you're into that. Okay, let's do it. Let's just set it up. Let's set it up for Monday. Okay, I got some really cool stuff for you guys tomorrow that I learned at the Arizona Sportsman for Wildlife Conservation board meeting last night, where Game and Fish shows up and gives us a report. So Ty Gray, the director, was there. His report was fantastic. I'm going to have the young lady that runs the hunter safety program, the hunter education, program here in Arizona. I'm going to have her on to explain there's been a backlog and all the cool stuff that they're going to be doing to take care of that issue. Okay. And a lot of cool online stuff coming up. So they're really, really good news. So that's in the next couple of days. And of course, FAFO Friday. So let's set it up. We'll do a Q&A Monday, and you guys can just ask me whatever the heck you want. I'll have some topics loaded up in case you guys get a little gun shy, but I know you guys, you ain't gun shy. Come on in. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for playing along. And remember, if you're running the protesters, running the antis, it's all good. Just be respectful, be kind, represent us, represent our way of life, and we're going to win some hearts and minds. So I appreciate you guys playing. Let's do this tomorrow. Remember some really cool stats about hunting and shooting sport. Just be here. Holy cow, my brain stopped working and it's too late for coffee. All right, we'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock right here on The Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors. It's beautiful.